These days, nearly everyone uses social media, whether they have a large following or not. The platform has over 1 billion active users, which is staggering. At the time this happened, I had around 300 followers. A decent number for someone living in a small town, where people mostly keep to themselves. One evening, while watching a movie, my phone buzzed with a notification. A girl named Holly had started following me. Curious, I checked her profile. She was stunning, with thousands of followers and dozens of posts, all spaced out naturally. Her photos had hundreds of likes and comments, mostly from admirers. Before I could even follow her back, she sent me a direct message. "Hey," she wrote, "I don't usually do this, but I think you're really cute. I won't lie, I've been told I'm attractive before, and I've had girls message me, but this was different." We hit it off immediately, talking about fitness, our schools, and life in general. The conversation flowed so well that she gave me her number, and we planned to meet the next night at a bar called Lucky's. When Friday came, I was nervous but excited. I arrived early and waited in my car for her text. Instead of confirming she was there, she messaged that her car had broken down. And did she need a ride? Confused, I tried calling, but she didn't answer. She sent me a location, an odd, secluded spot near the woods. I double-checked her profile to make sure it was real. She had tagged friends in her photos, and everything seemed legitimate. Still uneasy, I drove to the location. The road was quiet, flanked by dense trees. A black car was pulled over, hood up. I tried calling again, but there was no signal. I parked across the street and approached cautiously. The windows were tinted black. I couldn't see inside. I knocked, but no one answered. Then I noticed something strange. The driver's side window, which had been completely dark before, was now slightly cracked. A man's hand emerged, motioning for me to come closer. My stomach dropped. I bolted back to my car and sped away. In my rearview mirror, I saw another car, lights off, following me. I turned off my own lights and took sharp turns until I lost them. When I got home, her profile had already blocked me. Later, I learned the account was real, but hacked by a predator who had lured other men the same way. Not long after, I had my own unsettling experience. My profile was public, so strangers often liked or commented on my posts. One man stood out. His first comment was just 3 flame emojis under a beach photo. His profile had only a few pictures, all selfies of a much older man. At first, I ignored it. But then he started commenting on every new post, things like hot or gorgeous. Then came the direct messages. "Hey," he wrote, "you're beautiful, even though I'm way older than you. LOL." Replied with a polite thanks, hoping he'd stop, but he didn't. "I'd kill to meet a girl like you," he messaged next. I ignored that one. But then, after posting a photo with my sister in front of our house, he commented, "You and your sister are so cute now." That was it. I deleted his comment and blocked him. Later that night, my sister and I were home alone. I was in the bathroom when I noticed an unfamiliar car parked outside, a dark sedan with tinted windows. No one got out. When I left the house, the car was still there. I drove to a friend's gathering, had a few drinks, and headed home. The car was still parked outside. I texted my friends that I was home safely, then hesitated at the front door, dropping my keys. Too scared to bend down, I went up to her room. The door was open, lights off. Then I heard a whisper. She was hiding in the closet, shaking. I pulled her out just as a man stepped into view in the middle of her room. We screamed and ran. He chased us, but we made it to the car and locked the doors just in time. He slammed against the window before finally giving up and speeding off in the same dark sedan. The police later found he'd climbed in through a upstairs window. I told them about his messages, but his account was already deleted. Then came the worst part. For weeks, I'd heard faint taps on my bedroom window at night. I thought it was bugs, until a classmate sent me a disturbing link. It led to a fake profile, my initials, my photos, but they weren't pictures I'd posted. They were candid shots of me at the beach, in my car, even in my room. Some in just my underwear. The captions were obsessive. The love of my life. I just like to watch her. Then I heard the tap again. It wasn't a bug. It was him. I screamed. My dad rushed in, saw the profile, and called the police. The account was traced to an old device, but it was untraceable. Now, we're moving. My blinds stay shut. I check every shadow. If there's one thing I've learned, it's this. Lock down your privacy settings, and always be aware of who might be watching. The worst part? The police said there was nothing more they could do. The account was gone, the device untraceable. No fingerprints, no leads, just the lingering dread that whoever was behind it could still be out there. My dad installed motion sensor lights outside my window and reinforced the locks. But no matter how many precautions we took, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every time I left the house, I scanned the street for unfamiliar cars. Every noise at night made my breath itch. A few weeks later, I got another message. This time from an unknown number. Just a single photo, a blurry shot of me walking into a coffee shop. No caption, no demands, just proof that they were still there. I showed my dad immediately. He called the police again, but without more to go on, they could only file another report. The officer suggested I change my number, avoid posting online, and vary my routine, as if I hadn't already been doing all of that. Then, one evening, I noticed something strange on my phone. A background app I didn't recognize was using my camera. I shut it off, ran a malware scan, and found nothing. But the next day, my sister found her laptop open when she swore she'd closed it. A chill ran down my spine. That's when I decided to wipe all my devices and start fresh. New accounts, new numbers, no geotags, no personal detail. I even stopped posting photos altogether. It's been months now. We've moved to a new place. And I've been careful. No social media presence. No digital footprint. But sometimes, when I'm alone in the quiet, I still hear that faint tap on the window. And I wonder if they ever really stopped watching. The paranoia never fully leaves. Even in our new home, I catch myself checking locks, scanning the street before stepping outside, and avoiding windows at night. My sister jokes that I've turned into a spy, but neither of us laughs for long. Then, last Tuesday, it happened again. I was scrolling through a news site when an ad popped up. A clothing brand I'd never searched for, featuring a model wearing the exact sweater I'd bought the week before. My skin prickled. I hadn't posted about it, hadn't even taken a photo. But the store's security cameras had seen me. That's when I realized it's not just about social media anymore. Every smart device, every loyalty card, every doorbell camera, they're all potential eyes. I started noticing patterns. Targeted ads referencing conversations I'd had offline. Random, wrong number texts the day after I visited a new place. My dad thinks I'm being paranoid. Maybe I am. But last night as I lay in bed, my phone lit up with a notification. One missed call from unknown. When I played the voicemail, there was just breathing, and then 3 soft taps, like fingers on glass. I threw my phone across the room. The next morning, I found it under my dresser, still recording. 42 minutes of silence, followed by a whisper I'll never forget. You can't hide forever. The police say it was probably a prank call. They took the phone as evidence. I don't have social media anymore. I don't even have a smartphone now. Just a burner flip phone my dad bought at a gas station. But sometimes, when the house creaks at night, I wonder, If I peeled back the wallpaper, would I find cameras? If I dissected my laptop, would there be trackers? Or worst of all, what if none of that matters anymore? Because maybe the truth is simpler. They don't need technology to watch me. They never did. I sleep with the lights on now. Not just a night light. Every bulb in my room blazes all night long. My dad thinks it's overkill, but he doesn't argue when he sees the shadows under my eyes. The police returned my phone last week, wiped clean. They said there was nothing suspicious on it. Then why do I keep finding my bedroom door slightly ajar when I swear I closed it? Yesterday, I found the first physical proof. A single cigarette butt in our backyard, crushed into the dirt beneath my window. We don't smoke. None of our neighbors do either. The filter had faint lipstick marks. Red, like the shade I wore in one of those stolen photos. I showed it to the officer who's been handling my case. He took it seriously this time, dusted my windowsill for prints. Found nothing, of course, but he did notice something I'd missed. Tiny scratches on the exterior window frame. Fresh ones. Like someone tried to pry it open, he muttered, more to himself than to me. That night, my dad slept on the floor in my room with his old baseball bat. We both jumped at every sound, the fridge humming, the house settling, an owl hooting outside. Around 3 a.m. we heard it. 3 deliberate knocks on the back door. Not the frantic pounding of someone needing help. Slow, methodical. Tap, tap, tap. The police found nothing when they came. No footprints in the dew, no disturbed bushes. But on our porch railing, barely visible in the flashlight beam, was a single red fingerprint. It wasn't blood. It was lipstick. The same shade from the cigarette, the same shade from my photos. They're not just watching anymore. They're letting me know they can touch me too. The lipstick stain changed everything. I woke up this morning to find my bedroom window unlocked. Not just unlatched, the lock itself had been turned to the open position from the inside. My hand shook so badly I could barely call the police. The responding officer found something I hadn't noticed in my panic. Tiny fibers caught in the window track. Black fleece, the kind used in ski masks. And on my nightstand, half hidden under my charging cable, a single blonde hair. I don't bleach my hair. The detective finally admitted what I've known all along. This isn't digital stalking anymore, he said, his voice tight. Someone was in your house. They're installing security cameras today, not just at the doors. One pointed directly at my bedroom window, another in the hallway. My dad bought a guard dog, a massive German shepherd that growls at shadows. But here's what keeps me awake. Last night, as the detective was leaving, he paused at my bedroom door. You're sure you didn't unlock this window yourself? Maybe for fresh air? I wasn't. Because here's the terrifying truth. I've started sleepwalking since we moved. My sister found me standing in the backyard last week, barefoot in the grass, staring at the tree line. I don't remember getting up. The cameras will catch everything. That's what I tell myself. But this morning, when I checked my new flip phone, there was a draft message in the outbox. The back door key is under the sentence cuts off there. I'd never written that message. And we don't keep spare keys outside, do we? I tore the house apart searching for spare keys. Nothing under the mat, nothing beneath potted plants. Then I checked the places we used to hide them at our old house. The fake rock by the garden, the magnetic box under the grill. Empty, all empty. But when I reached into the gutter downspout, the hiding spot from my childhood home, the one we hadn't used in years, my fingers brushed cold metal, a rusted key. Not ours. The teeth didn't match any of our locks. But that wasn't what made me drop it like a live wire. It was warm. as if someone had been holding it moments before I arrived. The security footage from last night shows nothing unusual. Just me sleeping fitfully, the dog pacing at 3:17 IEC, my father checking the doors at dawn. Normal things, safe things. Why does the time stamp at the bottom right of every frame show a temperature reading? 78 degrees in my room, 62 in the hallway, and in the split second when the camera pans past my window, 112. The technician swears it's a glitch, says infrared sensors sometimes spike near glass. But when I played the footage frame by frame, I saw a brief distortion in the window's reflection, like heat waves on pavement or breath on a cold pane. The detective took the key. He's running prints, but his expression told me everything. This isn't evidence. It's a message. I know all your hiding places. I'm typing this on a library computer. We're leaving tonight. No forwarding address, no paper trail. Dad emptied our savings account in cash. The dog hasn't stopped growling since we packed the car. But here's what terrifies me most. When I cleared my search history at the library, the computer prompted me to confirm. Are you sure you want to delete all 37 open tabs? I'd only opened one. The other 36 were already there, all displaying live feeds from home security cameras, including ours. I sprinted from the library, my pulse roaring in my ears. The car ride home was a blur of panic. Every passing headlight felt like eyes watching us. When we pulled into the driveway, the motion-activated floodlights didn't turn on. The front door was unlocked. Our German Shepherd was whimpering in his crate, unharmed but trembling. The security system showed no signs of tampering, but every camera feed had frozen on the same timestamp, 9:13 p.m., the exact moment we'd left for the library. Upstairs, my bedroom reeked of perfume. That same sickly sweet scent from the lipstick. My sheets were neatly turned down. On my pillow sat a Polaroid photo, still sticky with developing chemicals. It showed me sleeping in this same bed, taken last night. The image was dated today. We didn't call the police this time. Dad started the car while I threw our go bags in the trunk. As we sped away, I noticed the dashboard clock was wrong. It matched the frozen timestamp from the camera, 9:13 p.m. Then the radio crackled to life on its own, playing a warped rendition of Every Breath You Take. Between the static, I could hear whispering. Not lyrics, but words. We have the spare key now. The engine died 3 miles from the state line. The mechanic found the cause the next morning. Someone had stuffed the fuel line with shredded Polaroid film. The last fragment visible in the tubing showed a single word, scratched into the emulsion. Breathe. We're on a Greyhound bus now. No destination. Just away. The man across the aisle keeps smiling at me. He's wearing gloves in July. And his phone screen. I swear it just flashed a live feed of this bus interior. From an angle above the rear emergency exit where no camera should be, the bus brakes screech as we pull into a rest stop. I grab my seat, Stare's arm, my voice barely a whisper. Don't look back. The glove-wearing man stands when we do. His phone screen glows. Not with a camera feed now, but with a single line of text. You forgot your pillow. Dad moves first, shoving us toward the emergency exit. Cold night air hits my face as we stumble onto the asphalt. We run past flickering streetlights, past the baffled truckers smoking by their rigs. Somewhere behind us, a bus door hisses shut, an engine revs, and floating through the diesel fumes comes the faintest whisper of perfume. We don't stop running until our shoes split, until the highway sounds fade, until dawn stains the sky the color of old Polaroid borders. The dog is still growling. I think he'll never stop.